Hi golfers, welcome back to the Average Club Golfer. My name is Dave. A very happy new year 2025 to everybody who's tuning in. I'm back up here at Clydebank District Golf Club, aka Royal Hargate, back at the grind for the new year. And what better time to have a review of 2024. But before we get into that, let's have a reminder of what you will not see on the Average Club Golfer channel. Fancy celebrity guests, exotic golf locations. I play here in the heart of Glasgow. We're just outside of Glasgow, Clydebank, at Clydebank District Golf Club, and I am at the practice fairway, and this is where the majority of my golf takes place, apart from a few society outings. Things you will see on the Average Club Golfer: the ups and downs and the never-ending quest to get better at this crazy game of golf. A lot of hard practice and a lot of hard grinding down here at the net and also at the practice fairway as well. Saturday and Wednesday medals to try and improve my handicap. So if you are just like me, just a guy who loves the game, loves coming down, practicing, keeps on trying to get better and better at this crazy game, then please have a wee like, have a wee subscribe and keep tuning in.
So as we head in to the review of my golfing season of 2024, and I am currently on the Scottish Golf app, and I'll just give you a wee walkthrough of this just for reference. So it's got my name there, my handicap index underneath that, which is currently 4.6, and my home club of Clydebank District, which is a par 69 from the whites, and from the yellows is a par 68, with the third being a par 5 from the back. So as we go into this, just for reference once again, the first part of this is going to be overall from the competition side of things, so the Saturday and the Wednesday medals, because that's the competitive games that we play throughout the year within the club. And you can see on the left hand side there the days Saturday and Wednesday. If you look on the right hand side, it shows you the scores with the handicap, the WHS index at the time. So currently 4.6 index. If we go back to the start of the year and the goals that I set myself for 2024. So going back to 2023, I finished, as you can see there, my index was a 2.9 handicap index, which I got myself doing from a good couple of scores at the end of the season. My average score for 2023 was 77, so I set my first goal was to shave two points off my average score from 77 to 75. The second goal, which I also set myself, I had won a few competitions last year, a few medals, and I'm quite competitive as well. I mean, it's good to win things. You put your score in, you see what happens, and if you put a good score in, it does make you feel good. So at least one Saturday or Wednesday event was the second goal of the season, and because I got myself down to a 2.9 index, that went to my head. I've explained that before, and the third goal that I set myself, absolute pie in the sky, was to qualify for the club championship, right? So that clearly didn't happen, and I'll explain why. So as I got myself down to 2.9, like I said, it went to my head a wee bit. I stopped practicing a wee bit and just kind of forgot what it took to got me down there, the hard practicing, and I just thought I could start the season and just fire in scores in the low 70s, maybe close to par, and maybe have an under par score as well. So from the start of the season, as I said, the first goal was a 75 average, and as I start the season, as you can see, a 78, a 76 and a 75. I'm not going to go through every score, but the general trend is high 70s, and as we move through the season, a couple of 77s, 76, the first one in the 80s there at the end of May, and it just kind of generally trends in the high 70s, and as we move into the summer, it doesn't get any better. There is a couple of more scores in the 80s there. We'll come back to that 84 later on in a wee second. But as I said, as we move into the summertime, it's just a general trend, and that stems for the start of the season where I got a big head, and golf is so hard. I've said this before, golf is the hardest game in the world, and this is a result of not practicing. So the turning point of the season is these two 73s here, and the first one, I'll explain, this is when I changed my clubs, but the first score here on the Saturday was the last game I played with my old clubs, and the Sunday was the first round that I played with my new clubs. And I'm just going to highlight a couple of shots that I remember for these rounds. On the Saturday round, as you can see, if I just go into this round here, and on the third hole there, you can see that's a par 5 third hole, and I hit one of the best 3 irons for about 220 yards. I absolutely flushed this thing just for the semi-rough on the left hand side. Wee wind off the right hand side, helping a wee bit, and I just launched it up there with a nice wee draw, and it just bounced up perfectly to about 6 inches for a tap-in eagle. Couldn't believe it, and I looked at the club, and I just said to myself, why am I getting rid of you? So the next day after that, for a big confidence booster, on the second hole, there you can see I made a great birdie, and this was on the PCGA League Society Sunday, and I had a nice wee 50-degree wedge on the second, and it was just on the front of the green, pitched up just beyond pin high, bounced up, screwed back to about 4 feet, and I was able to knock it in. So in terms of great shots, those are a couple I remember from the changing of the clubs. But as you can see, the season got away from me. It didn't get any better, and I didn't feel as if I played to my potential. However, what I did manage to do was end the season pretty well, as you can see there in October, but it was a bit wet, the course was playing a bit shorter, so a 73 and a 74, which ended the season pretty well. So as I said, I started the season as a 2.9 handicap, and I ended it as a 4.6 handicap. So in terms of goals, the first goal was to shave 2 points off my average handicap from 77 to 75. Unfortunately, the average score this year actually went up by 1 shot to 78. So first goal failed. The second goal, which was to win a Saturday event, the only event that I managed to win this year was a 4-man scramble. So unfortunately, as an individual, like I said, this is what I'm playing for myself, I'm going to count that as another fail, because I needed 3 other guys to help me out as well to win that scramble. But it was, I'll come back to that in a wee second as well. And obviously the pie in the sky dream of qualifying for the club championship is a pipe dream, and something that is never going to happen on that current form. So on to the best round, and as I said, it's this 73 on the 19th of October, which is 4 over par, which included 1, 2 birdies, and 3 bogeys and a wee double on 17, unfortunately. And also had a nice 71 on the Professionals Day, but that was a Stableford 4-man format as well, but we did keep the scores. But I did shoot a 2 over par 71 that day, so that was the best score that I had. The worst score that I posted this year was an 84 here on the 6th of July, so 15 over par. Started with 2 bogeys, then followed up with 2 double bogeys and another bogey, so an absolute disaster of a round. And there's another double bogey on 17 as well, so an absolute disaster. So overall, including the PCGA League Society, which is included on these Sundays, that's on the Scottish Golf app as well, the best round that I had overall for the year was posted at Hilton Park, and that was the weekend of the Masters. So the first round there, as you can see, the 71 was a 2 over par round, which for me is a really unbelievable round. I managed 1 birdie and only 3 bogeys, so unbelievable weekend, and that managed to win me the green jacket there as well, and also managed to pick up the league as well. So the Masters and League double, and I'd like to just also mention that I also like to join the esteemed company of Mr. Kevin Morton to be the only other guy who's done that in the PCGA. So well done, Kev. The most fun round of the year was the Scramble, as I've already mentioned, with the 3 other guys that I played with. I've already put a video on if you want to scroll back and have a look at some other videos. Great day, and we put the score in, and we realised it was the end of it. But the other fun round that I had was at Bishop Briggs golf course as well, and I'll just scroll back to that, which was a fantastic golf course. What a wee place, and I managed to play some no bad golf on there. That is also on another video if you have a wee look on, and I'll also post links to that as well. So a 4 over par round there, and that included a monster putt. If you look at the video on the 18th for about 40 feet, man, so an absolute cracker in there. Overall, the best course that I've played this year was Cawdor golf course, just outside, close to Bishop Briggs. What an absolute, the championship course. There is 2 courses there, but we played the championship course, which was unbelievable. One of the toughest stretches of golf open holes I've ever played, and just a really tidy wee golf course, including a wee 4-hole stretch called their own Amen Corner, and just a great golf course. And I was 8 over par for that. But the best course that I've played this year. So overall, like I said, the season unfortunately resulted in the effort that I put in at the start of the year. Like I said, everything went to my head. I got down a low handicap. I just thought I could turn up and I could just fire in some low scores. But golf is hard, and it doesn't work like that. So unfortunately, all 3 goals have failed. But for this year, I'll be setting some new goals, and that will be in a new upcoming video. So that is my review of 2024.
So all in all, a pretty disappointing season. But here, that's the way golf is. It's hard, and I explained the reasons why there. Too complacent, but now the weather's turned, it's all about getting the practice in early and not making the same mistakes I made last year. So what's coming up? Well, we are playing the delayed medal, January medal, this Saturday. So if my partners agree, then we'll be filming that for this weekend. But what we're also going to have coming up is we're going to have a look at strategy, where I'm getting my strategy from and how I then implement it onto the course. We're also going to have a wee look at pre-shot routines and how I actually approach a golf shot. And we are also going to have a new club coming into the bag, which is pretty exciting. So keep on grinding, keep playing golf. I hope everybody is back into the swing of things in 2025, and I hope you all have a great season. See you in the next video.